Welcome to the simulation of self-learning modules in Kindergarten of Punta Cruz Elementary School, Maribojoc District, Division of Bohol. Based from the data gathered from the Learners Enrollment Survey Form or LESF, the preferred learning modalities of the parents were determined, namely, the modular distance learning, the digital modular, and the printed modular. A consultation was conducted to the parents on the preferred learning modalities. The data also served as basis for class data profiling, inventory of learning resources, and preparation of the class list. All these documents were submitted and communicated to the school principal, public schools district supervisor, municipal LGU, and other stakeholders. The school, together with the LGU and stakeholders, positively responded and supported the program through provision of photocopier and other needed materials. The school's division of Bohol developed the Kindergarten Learning Experiences Packets, or is commonly known as CLIP, as alternative delivery modules, Parents Guide, Parents Checklist, and Parents Weekly Plan of Activities. These will serve as guides for the kindergarten teachers or learning facilitators in facilitating the learning process at home. Division-level orientation on the utilization of the Kindergarten Learning Experiences Packets was conducted and presented thoroughly the CLIP features. This Kindergarten Learning Experiences Packets is a guide designed for kindergarten as alternative delivery mode based on developmentally appropriate practice guiding principles. Kindergarten Learning Experiences Packets are highly sensorial and interactive. It is also a weekly design content with learning experiences that are logically and sequentially arranged. Each week is organized with content focus aligned to Deped's most essential learning competencies. After the orientation, the reproduction and binding of the Kindergarten Learning Experiences Packets and the supplementary worksheets, as well as the Parents Checklist, Parents Weekly Plan, weekly instructional materials, and storybooks have been made accordingly. Elementary School initiated to provide a box containing the necessary materials and name it the Kaalam box. The preparation of the Kaalam box included the following steps: disinfection, organization, and packing. These materials include flash drive, portable radio set, and school supplies. The parents' orientation on Kindergarten Learning Experiences Packets focused on parents' role as learning facilitators, as well as the flexible home-based learning program, the schedule of the distribution and retrieval of the learning materials. The signing of Memorandum of Agreement for the portable radio set and flash drive received was conducted through face-to-face arrangement following the health safety protocols. During the orientation, each parent received the Kaalam box, which contains the necessary materials. Flash drive with video lessons on the CLIP was also provided. Learners with television set can view the lessons and listen to the pre-recorded lessons using the provided portable radio set. The barangay officials provided a transportation to parents in going home, bringing with them their Kaalam box. Parents who weren't able to attend the orientation due to valid and emergency reasons were also given the Kaalam box through delivery of the said boxes to their house by the teacher together with the barangay tanod in charge in their purok. Parents and learning facilitators were instructed to unpack the Kaalam box 2 days after they received the said box. The following video shown was an actual video sent by the parent during the unpacking of the Kaalam box. This video also shows the actual home-based learning process using the printed materials, supplemented by video lessons that can be viewed on television and can be heard through the portable radio set. Daily monitoring was done by the teacher through text messages. Actual home visitation was also conducted by the teacher and the division monitoring team. Of the learning materials is done every Friday afternoon. Parents clearly observed and followed the health safety protocols implemented by the Department of Health. This video was the actual footage during the retrieval of the Kaalam box as well as the distribution of the learning materials for packets too. After retrieval, assessment of learners' outputs was conducted by the kindergarten teacher followed by a post-conference of teachers together with the public schools district supervisor. The final phase of the program implementation is the communication of the result to the entire district of Bohol and finally to the division of Bohol for assessment of the program's strengths and areas to be improved.
Pleasant day to everyone, especially to our very dynamic and very supportive school officials of Bohol Division and Deped Region 7. In my humble capacity as the principal at Kaalam Central Elementary School, it is my distinct honor and privilege to present to you the simulation of our learning delivery modality, which is the printed and digital modular distance learning.
Preparations for the opening of classes in Kaalam Central Elementary School is always a time of excitement where the school mobilizes its parents, alumni, civic groups, non-government and government organizations, teachers, students, and individuals who volunteer their time and skills to do repairs, maintenance work, and cleanup. It is a time when teachers happily and eagerly greet every enrollee. A time when laughters echo across the hallways while doing their volunteer tasks. A time when the smiles and the friendly gestures from our stakeholders and from our volunteers from the local government unit mean a lot. But this year, it's different. Classrooms are closed. The once busy hallways are now empty, and the school is unusually quiet. The pandemic spreads fear to the entire community. Anxiety and apprehension are evident on parents' faces when news of the opening of classes is set on August.
Pili nating school opening date ay August 24.
Hadlok sila nga mong debate para sa among mga anak kay kulang pa sila sa immune system nga musukol sa virus. Dili pag yun rating nga ang anak ko kada din sa eskwelahan.
Sa pagsikat ng araw, may dalang bagong pananaw.
Enrollment process was done in different ways. Through drop boxes set in school and in the barangays, mobile messaging, and enrollment online. Through the Learners Enrollment Survey form, the school was able to identify the different learning modalities preferred. Thus, series of conferences were conducted virtually and in small groups for its implementation. There was data profiling by class, inventory of learning resources, preparation of class program, parents' guide and checklist, and the teacher's weekly plan based on the most essential learning competencies. All of these were properly communicated to the stakeholders, thus ensuring their utmost support. Parents' orientation was conducted by grade level to inform them of the different learning modalities employed by the school when classes start, while also taking into considerations the safety protocols set by the Department of Health. The teachers printed the learning modules and packed them inside each learner's learning kit. The teachers in the primary grades prepared digital lessons ready to use when classes start.
Ang inyong teacher. Kinsa gani ko? Karon mga bata, atong kantahon ang Kumusta Ka?
The school takes on different modes of distribution of modules. The teachers brought the modules to the selected learning stations wherein the parents can get the modules to wherever their barangay is located. Parent brigade is also employed, where a volunteer parent or guardian can get all the modules intended for his or her kids and neighboring learners. And lastly, parents or guardians are asked to come to school to get the modules following health and safety protocols. This third mode of distribution is mostly preferred by parents. At home, the children answer the modules following the class program. At the same time, the teachers are on standby in case questions shall arise when the learners are answering the modules. The learner answers the modules one subject in the morning and one subject in the afternoon from Monday to Friday. The modules are then returned to school by the parents on Fridays and get another set of modules for the following week of learning activities. These modules are then checked and assessed by the teachers, then communicate their results to parents. All of these undertakings were closely monitored by the Division of Bohol Technical Working Group, who gave their technical assistance to ensure success of the school's undertakings.
Broadly speaking, Calapi Central Elementary School has embodied unity, cooperation, and excellence. I have observed that all its employees have worked together, showing their utmost cooperation. Each one has dipped his dainty finger into the fray, hence their outputs have gone beyond our expectations. To our very dynamic Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Janito Dagatan, our ASDSS, EPS, Technical Working Group in Bohol Division, we could not find the best arrangement of linguistic furniture to express our special brand of thankfulness for the technical assistance that you have provided. Everything that has transpired in the dry run has provided us so many lessons to learn to make ourselves ready for the opening of classes come August 24. Thank you. Thank you.
Education is our topmost priority. So whatever the circumstances are, Calapi Central Elementary School is now ready for the opening of classes for school year 2020-2021.
True to its commitment to serve its stakeholders, San Agustin National High School took the challenge posed by the school's Division of Bohol to simulate the learning delivery modalities for the junior high school department.
For efficiency purposes, the whole process was conducted into phases with planning as the first, and due to the need to disseminate information, San Agustin National High School held an online conference to communicate its school learning continuity, and in compliance to the department directive, the school then conducted its remote enrollment process through various channels. With over 1,600 learners in enrollment and based from the learner profiling, San Agustin National High School has to categorize the manpower as either an ODL or an MDL teacher to further avoid conflict of tasks. Since the school really wanted to test the waters, instead of just choosing a single section per year level for the simulation, San Agustin National High School embarked on a very ambitious journey and had it implemented to the whole junior high school populace. The preparation phase then followed, which involved the preparation of materials for the modular and online learning delivery. Considering that the school will be serving over 1,200 learners for the simulation, San Jose National High School was looking at a very tight schedule and has thus need to make sure everyone and everything is accounted for to avoid failures. So that the stakeholders will be attuned to the whole process, weekly virtual sessions and orientations live stream at the school's Facebook page were conducted before the start date of the simulation activities. Considering the requirement of the new normal, online trainings were conducted to capacitate the teachers and learners on how to use the school's learning management system or LMS. To provide continuous support to the learners, San Jose National High School implemented the following student services. With the Messenger or SMS-based counseling services, geographical challenges in the delivery of these services will not be remediated. With the SANS MIS or the Management Information System, teachers and students can now already access their personal and academic records online. With the SANS SMS, immediate information dissemination becomes easier since the school can just easily send SMS blasts to its thousands of stakeholders in just a single attempt. With the SANS LMS or the Learning Management System, the institution is able to transition its traditional learning spaces in the cloud, providing a safe learning environment for both teachers and learners. With the SANS G Suite, San Jose National High School is now able to provide personalized and exclusive Google Services access to its learners and teachers through the school-issued email addresses. Here comes the implementation as a third phase. Since the school is not only serving a single barangay, the distribution of the learner materials to the 1,200 learners scattered across 34 barangays was not the only challenge at hand, as glaring transportation and logistic issues are also among the challenges the school has to brave through. It is a good thing that the school is employed with dedicated teachers who are willing to lend their service vehicles for the distribution activities. At the site, the administration made sure that minimum health standards are followed, such as filling out of the tracing forms, thermal scanning, hand washing and sanitation, and the physical distancing at all costs to avoid exposure. An orientation led by no less than the district PSDS was also conducted for the parents to be guided on the things they need to do to assist their children at homes. A Facebook group was also launched to assist the online distance learners with their issues and challenges for immediate resolution. Teacher contact numbers were also printed on the learning activity sheets so that the modular distance learners can easily reach out to their respective teachers should they need clarification. A week after, the parents were asked to return the answer sheets to their designated drop-off or pick-up locations, so the barangay focal persons will be able to exchange it with the summative assessment questionnaire and with the week 2 materials. The learner outputs were then brought back to the school and segregated per learning area and per grade level for an easier learner output appreciation. The post-implementation came as the last phase. For the MBL assessment, these were manually checked by the respective subject teachers, while for the ODL, the answers were auto-checked by the software application, including the item analysis.
Safety comes first since there is no physical touch. So meaning to say, there iwas tayo sa virus.
This is the first time I've been joining an online distance learning. Definitely most of us, at first, I have no idea if will gonna work, but all because of Sir Fernan, who instructed us and made a lot of effort just for us to continue our education. It became possible.
Nindot man siya kay kung bata kay Mag-aktibo po siya nga magbasa-basa nga katong siya. Kaya bisan og lisod pero nakuha man gyud ko niya.
Despite the few hiccups, the learning delivery modality simulation for the junior high school was a success, and it was made possible with proper planning, collaboration, and adaptability to unforeseen events.
The answers to these questions were stipulated in Deped Order Number 12, Series of 2020, which is the adoption of the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan. Chopper Memorial High School, with the direct supervision of the principal, held a virtual conference to discuss this pressing matter. The school came up with its Learning Continuity Plan, which consists of the following steps. 1. Preparation. 2. Distribution. 3. Continuity of learning with monitoring and support system. 4. Collection of learners' work. And 5. Assessment and evaluation of students' outcomes. Step 1. The preparation. To orient the teachers to the new normal way of teaching and to equip them with essential skills in the delivery of instruction at this time, a district-based in-service online training was initiated last June 8 to 10, 2020. The JMHS faculty conducted the remote enrollment through different platforms such as short message service or SMS, chat, and the school's official Facebook page. Next, grade level coordinators identified the learning modalities preferred by the students based on the Learners Enrollment and Survey Form or LESF. And from these data, the school was able to do the profiling by class and section. All 508 learners preferred Modular Distance Learning or MDL, where 17 chose Digital Modular and 491 for Printed Modular. Afterwards, an information drive was done to acquaint the stakeholders about the simulation. On the other hand, teachers and subject coordinators conducted an inventory of learning resources. These are available in the LR portal, Bohol Deped Commons, and in the district office. As was communicated in the Division Memorandum Number 292, Series of 2020, the school identified the model classes for simulation. These are the grades 11 and 12 General Academic Strand. The respective advisors prepared the class program with the school's ICT coordinator's guidance. With the direct guidance of the principal, as recommended by the education program supervisors, subject teachers prepared the materials to be used for the simulation based on the students' preferred learning modality, may it be digital modular or printed modular. Since most of the resources for the preparation of the learning activity sheets or LAS are in the school implemented the skeletal work arrangement and strictly followed the minimum health protocols enumerated in the DO number 11 series of 2020. The preparation of these LAS went through a stringent supervision by the district and division monitoring and evaluation or M&E teams respectively. A team of quality assurance personnel who is composed of subject coordinators checked and rechecked each LAS to make sure that quality is always on top of quantity. After a keen evaluation of LAS, these were printed, sorted by subject, grade level, and packed into each student's learning packet. Whether the students chose printed modular or digital modular, their learning packets included learning activity sheets, learner's guide, class schedule, clip plan, parents checklist, and parents guide, and other supplemental learning materials. Additionally, health kits, monitoring forms, and printed announcements were all safely placed in the respective Edu box, ready to be delivered in every barangay. Step 2. The distribution. The actual distribution of learning materials was done on July 31, 2020. It started with the principal's briefing and reminders. Next was the releasing of the Edu box and health kits to the teachers. The teachers on their wheels were now ready to bring the school in the comfort of the students' home. Upon the teachers' arrival to their respective assignments, prior to the actual distribution, they held a brief orientation to the parents or guardian regarding the simulation. In the course of the distribution, it was made sure that everyone followed physical distancing and the minimum health standard as set by the Department of Health. Step 3. Continuity of learning with monitoring and support system. To ensure minimum learning, JMHS utilized the following strategies. Number 1. Modular learning with parental supervision. This is where the students sit side by side or is closely observed by the parent as they go about their lessons and activities. 2. Alumni Foster Education, or Project AIF. Alumni students who wish to help in facilitating learning to students spend time to tutor them in subjects where they are having a hard time. 3. Parent-teacher collaboration. The parents send their concerns to the subject teachers through text, call, or chat. Consequently, the subject teachers respond to their queries so they can directly provide assistance to their children. Number 4. Teacher-student distant interaction. The students directly pose their queries to their subject teachers through texts, calls, or chats. Step 4. Collection of students' outputs. A week after the distribution of students' activity sheets to the students, their parents submit their outputs to the teachers assigned in the school or in the barangays. Their submitted activity sheets were then placed back into their Edu boxes and were kept in for 2 days. Step 5. Assessment and evaluation of students' outputs. The students' outputs were sorted by subject and given to their subject teachers for checking. The assessment results were communicated to the parents and students through the implementation of the learning delivery modality, monitoring, and evaluation tool. And this completes the JOPR MHS SLCP cycle.